Welcome back, guys. It's Dubzz. I'm trying to get a new intro going. What's up, guys? That's getting old. I don't know. So, if you can't read, this is CreepyPasta E02. Yeah. So we're gonna start out with Slenderwoman. Yeah, Slenderwoman. 1 second. Let me unplug this. Never mind. I can sit right here. I'm stupid. All right, here we go. This is by Lynn. Darkness, though not complete darkness, surrounds you. A full moon shines through the treetops and slightly illuminates the fog surrounding you. The flashlight you were holding has flickered out. You look around frantically, fear swarming your insides. Surely someone would have noticed you missing from the campsite. All the bravery that had convinced you to try and see what you had caught a glimpse of earlier has vanished, and you are all alone. Your imagination starts to wander as your heart rate rises. You hear a twig snap somewhere near you, and all the stories you have been told around the campfire rush to your mind all at once. Especially the one your brother had told. What was the name of the creature? He has no face. Another twig snaps in the distance. No eyes, no mouth, no nose. You madly search your surroundings, but it is impossible to see anything in this fog. He supposedly lives in these woods, but that is only a story, right? Your thoughts escape you when you see the outline of a figure, but this is no man. This person is quite obviously a female. She is wearing a black dress that seems to hug her, yet flow around her all at once. You see her eyes glistening in the moonlight. Gorgeous shining eyes. You are unable to look away. Why had you been so scared? Comfort fills you as you walk towards her. There is something off about her, but you can't quite put your finger on it. There is calmness filling your body like a drug. When you are within feet of her, you notice that makes no sense. You notice that was peculiar about her. Those beautiful eyes are a dark midnight soulless black, yet you still are captivated by them, unable to look away. Fear starts to burn again in the pit of your stomach, but is instantly put out, like a fire doused by water. You try fighting this calmness, but your willpower escapes you as you drown in this amenity. Why would you ever want to leave this gaze? What do you notice is her mouth? Or lack thereof, rather. You are so far gone that you do not even realize that she is completely bald. Her entire body, except for her inky black eyes, is a smooth alabaster white. You have stopped walking, yet you still seem to be moving towards her, or floating better yet. Towards her eyes, until all at once everything is black, just as black as those eyes that had lured you. Then there is nothingness. In an instant, you cease to exist. Who is this woman of the night? One might inquire. She is everything, yet she is nothing. She has no soul, yet she owns millions. She is comfort, yet she is fear. She was created by a creature of death, so that he could have something to love. So again, she is death, yet life and hate, yet love. She is Slenderman. Oh, that's wrong. She is Slenderwoman. Yeah. Alright, let me find another one. I'll be back. I can't get enough of Slenderman. I found another one. The face that watches. There's a strange face in the woods outside my window. Mom and Dad won't listen, though. It stares and stares. Little brother hates hearing it about. People who write these can't even write. Little brothers hate hearing about it. He thinks it is meant to scare him. The story about the man with no face. The face watches me all hours of the night and day. Big sister says that it is all lies. She says that Mom and Dad should call in head doctors. It doesn't matter how many times I tell them about the man in the dark. No one listens. I don't like when Mom says I have to play outside because I have to be close to him. He is too tall. He is too thin. Like he doesn't eat. The man doesn't move when he watches me. He just makes me cold. Makes it so I can't run. I don't like when he's around and I think I should stay away from the fence. Mom has to drag me inside for dinner because I can't stop staring. She is angry at me for being out so late in the cold. Can't she see him? The tall man that is now standing in our yard. After dinner tonight, Mom is making me sit in my room, no TV because I didn't come when she called. I sit at my desk with no homework, sit at my desk with homework, trying to finish it before Dad comes in to check. When I see him standing in the yard, the man without a face, the tall man, standing too close to my window. He is always there now. Even when I point him out to Mom and Dad, I don't know why they can't see him. My dreams are full of him now. He is standing in the backyard as I do real magic for my friends. He stands in my dreams watching. I have told him to leave me alone, but only in my dreams. Mom called the doctor today. She says I am very sick. I keep coughing up blood, and I can't sleep. She says I'm not eating very much. She tells him of the man I see. I don't think it matters anymore. The doctor says I will need to go to the hospital. He says that maybe something is wrong with my brain and I will need scans. The coughing is bad now. It hurts a lot. The tall man is still watching me. Mom sits with me in the night time to make sure I'm okay. She asks me what I am humming and I can't tell her. I don't know the words. I don't even know I was humming. She tucks me in and kisses my forehead. The tall man isn't outside my window anymore. He hasn't been there for a whole day. But he is still in my dreams, his long, long arms reaching for me. The music is loud in my ears. I can see Mom reading to me. Her lips are moving, but the music is so loud. I cough and cough. Lots of blood come up this time. She sits on the end of my bed staring at me, waiting for it to stop. But it doesn't. I wish it would because I need to tell her something. The tall man isn't outside the window anymore. The tall man isn't in the yard. He isn't even in the woods. The coughing is too much, and I feel like I'm falling asleep. I try to fight it very hard because I need Mummy to know. The tall man is in the corner now. He is in my room. Alright, and here's the last one. It's another Slenderman one. I think this is just going to be a Slenderman episode, you know. I'll probably do that. You know, a whole episode based on one story, creature, monster thing. Alright, so this one, Slenderman Doesn't Exist by Rakasha Keller. Slenderman isn't real. That's how the story starts. That's how the story will most likely end. I don't lie. My name is Raksha, and this is my story. Slenderman isn't real. Helen has said this is a variety of times to me. I nod vaguely, and she cries out in frustration. I silently watch her fume, her round, pudgy pig face red all the way to the roots of her bleached hair. She looks me in the eyes, and I return her stare. She's pleading with me, but I don't care. She wants me to say a lie, but I won't do that. Obviously, seeing my resolution, she stands up and storms out of the room. I hear her screaming at my fiancé that she couldn't help me, that I was a lost cause, that should be abandoned. Reaching for my untouched coffee that lay on the side table aside the couch I lounged on, I stir in some of the provided sugar and wait for Jur to come and get me. When he does, his eyes show exhaustion. A stab of sympathy hits me. That's all from me yelling at night. Hardening up quickly, I give him one of my legendary cold shoulders. I told him he could leave me. He refused. Therefore, his well-being was no concern of mine. He seated himself beside me on the psychiatrist's couch. Why? Why won't you admit Slenderman isn't real? What could you possibly gain by keeping this charade? I scoffed at him and his weakness. Was he really expecting me to soften up, lie, and tell him I wouldn't stop playing a game that doesn't exist? As if I would play such a useless game. He knows I don't play in something that doesn't benefit me in return. He didn't say a word as he got up from the couch, but just as he was about to walk out the door, he said it. I'm calling it off. Our engagement, our relationship, everything. I'll file all the paperwork and send it to you to sign. I'll tell your family. You just keep obsessing over things that aren't there. And with that, I lost Jur forever. I didn't care. He didn't believe me. No, he didn't want to believe me. All because of his fear. I couldn't spend the rest of my life with someone that weak anyhow. I rose from the couch, dusted off my jeans, and sauntered to the dreary day in Seattle. Rain clouds were forming in the sky, ready to pour at given moment. I fingered the large kitchen knife, the lone item I kept in my handbag. A drizzle began to rain over the town, but I continued to walk east, towards the woods. He was already there when I arrived. His suit was extraordinarily dry, as if the rain found him as revolting as I did. His snake-like arms dangled, barely scraping the forest floor. He assessed me in silence. I didn't think he was blind, but I always had to remind myself that he could see me better than I could see him. I guess I would never get over the feeling that he was wearing some morbid Halloween costume. His long tentacles were absent for the time being, and one of his long arms stretched towards my face. His spindly fingers explored my face and my body, without ever touching it. I didn't hide the repulsive shivers it caused. Finally, it seemed as though he was deep into the trance or enchantment, or whatever this monster could feel. I dug deep into my bag to unsheath the knife, and I plunged it into his chest. He didn't look as if he were in pain. Then again, he didn't look like anything. His face was still glued to my body as I screamed. My legs couldn't support me anymore, but I stood. His gaze literally wouldn't let me go. I felt blood seeping through my clothes, slithering down my torso. My knife was plunged into my chest. Yet it wasn't him I had pierced. The forest began to black out. I realized that I wasn't fainting. It was Slenderman. His tentacles weren't absent, but were winding through the trees, dodging my vision. A slimy cloak enfolded me, and Slenderman's face became a smile, full of razor incisors faced me. I understood why people like Helen don't search for monsters or deny their existence. People like her realized it before people like me. She understood me, or better yet, the monster inside of me. Slenderman doesn't exist, sure, but you do, as do the monsters inside.